Alright guys, so as you've seen by the title, I just want to voice all my insecurities, or most of them, from the top of my head. I normally do these videos off the top of my head because I think it's just easier to do. I don't like a structure, I like to just yap. And if you don't really like to yap, then maybe this isn't for you, but you know, it's just me. I like to be raw and authentic about it, okay? Um, so I'm making this video mainly for myself because I just want to voice it. There are not many people that I feel comfortable voicing it with, and that's on me, firstly, because I know there are a lot of people that would actually be fine with it, but I'm not comfortable saying it myself, which is another bad thing of me, of course. Like, I should be comfortable saying these things to my family, like my parents, but I'm not. I don't know why. Okay. And with my friends as well, like, you know what, fuck it, this is insecure of myself, that I feel like, with my friends, I feel like I should be able to say this to them, but I'm not, for some reason. I don't feel comfortable voicing how I truly feel about a lot of things to my friends, and they're really close friends. I went to Asia. If you didn't watch my last video, I say it every time. I went to Asia for 2.5 months, came back in March, and you know, I spend so much quality time with them. I went to school with them and everything, but I'm not comfortable saying a lot of stuff to them. And I guess maybe that's fine. Maybe that's the same with a lot of people, because you know that's how life is. You just want to keep a lot of stuff to yourself. But I don't want to be like that. I want to say these things, and I want to feel like my voice is heard, and I'm comfortable talking about these things to them. But I don't. And maybe this is a step in the right direction for me to actually talk about these things to people better. Firstly, my communication skills aren't the best. Maybe you can tell from how I talk, maybe. And this is also another reason why I want to make videos because I like talking. Because by myself, I actually like to talk a lot, which is weird, I know. Because I think a lot of stuff in my head, and I'm like, you know what? If I put this into a video, this would actually be a decent video. And then when I record it, I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I'm not the best at talking, so bear with me. And again, yeah, that eats into my relationship with people. I guess you could call it insecurity or not. Is that I struggle to portray myself in a good way, right? Because obviously, let's just say it like this, right? If your mum describes how you are, she'll probably say you're like a loving person, you're amazing, and that's the truth with like 90% of people, right? A lot of people are just normal, nice people, okay? But the problem is that if you can't portray yourself to people, maybe from your first impressions, in that way, then you're going to be viewed as a different person to how you actually are. So, if let's just play it out, right? At work, let's just say, so I work in the supermarket. If there's someone who just joined, I do like to just at least say something, because then otherwise it's just not awkward, like me just walking past them. So if I'm just being really awkward that day, and or like, you know, I'm just not feeling like myself, and then I'm talking to them and I'm like stuttering, and I'm like, you know, like not even, you know, like when you can't even break a smile. If you're socially awkward, you know what I'm talking about. You can, like, you're so nervous that you can barely even like break a smile. Like, you're just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So like, I'd like to do this stuff, and like, I'm working on it. But it's hard. It can be really hard to talk to people. So my point is that the way you come across people is so important, and I'm just not that good at that. And I'm gonna keep it real. Like, my social skills are bad. That's the best way to put it. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, I struggle with to accept that a lot of the time, and I have tried to improve that. Um, in year 10, so when I was 15 in 2022, I'm 19 now. When I was 15, I started going to the gym. I was really chubby. From like 11 to 15, I was quite chubby. If I actually remember, I'll put a picture up now. Yeah, it was really hard to talk to people and like not make friends, because like I was still mutual with like a lot of people, but that's kind of like the most I got. Like, I had a small friend group, but you know, I feel like a lot of people didn't really take me seriously. I feel like that happens with a lot of chubby people anyway. If you don't look good, people don't really ever take you seriously, which is sad, but it's like the halo effect, isn't it? If you never did like psychology or anything, the halo effect is like you're going to be viewed in a more positive way based on your looks. And I guess it makes sense, doesn't it? It's like, imagine you see an actor that looks handsome compared to an actor that looks like a tramp. Like, the actor that looks handsome is probably going to get a big role in a big movie because, you know, it's just he just looks appealing or she looks appealing. So I tried to work on my looks a lot. Not like down the rabbit hole of looks maxing. It was before that time, and I wouldn't even go on that route anyway. I don't really agree with that. But yeah, I was just trying to eat better, sleep better. You know, the whole like self-improvement arc. I was on that, and it worked to an extent because, you know, like I'd like to say I'm better looking now. As you can see from the picture, if I put it up, I didn't look great. You know, I've never had like a love life really. Which is also a huge insecurity of mine, but I'll get on that later. Fuck it, let me just show you my physique. You know, like I'm at this point, I don't even care. Like, because if you're watching this far, like, does it even matter? This isn't nudity or anything. I guess it is, but just to give you guys some context, right? Look. So, this is my physique. Is it bad? I don't know. I'm on a cut right now. Hopefully you can see it a bit. You can see it a little, but not really. So yeah, like I like to say that my physique is quite good right now, but I struggle with still being social. And how does that even come around? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me because when I was little, hopefully you could just hear me just then. I think you could. When I was little, or not even little, just like even 4 years ago before I went gym, I thought like that was the missing kryptonite for me. It was. I'm not looking good, and I know I don't look good, and a lot of people probably would agree that I don't look good. So that's why I'm not confident, and that is a logical assumption. Like a lot of people are like that, and as soon as they get good looking, they can pull the girls, they go out a lot, they're extroverted, all them things. But I've never been like that, and I don't know why. I have no clue. Well. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but there are a few things that like have popped up in my life. Like for example, when I was 10, my sister committed suicide, which was really hard for me because she was my older sister. I've got an older brother as well, and I'm like really close with him. But I was really close with my sister, like really close. Like any time me and my brother would get in an argument, I always run to my sister. You know, like she'd always really like kind of comfort me. And potentially missing that in my life, that's what's led me down this path, and it's just made it harder for me to socialize. Like, you know, like mentally, like there's maybe like some imbalance in your brain. I don't even know, because it does feel a lot of the time of my days where like it's a rough day, I do feel like, man, I really wish I could just. Who's that? Sorry, I thought my dad was coming in. And, you know, once again, off the top of my head, that's another insecurity of mine. I'm not even confident with this stuff, like with my parents. Why? I don't know. I'm insane, it feels like. But anyway, yeah, there are a lot of days where I just feel like I need, like, I guess, like, feminine energy, or just, like, you know, someone who will love you, you know will love you unconditionally because it's your family, and you can just talk to. And obviously it's good, like, talking to my brother about things, but, you know, there's always going to be that missing piece in my life, it feels like. Unless, like, I find something else in my life that will fill that void. But it doesn't really feel like it. And, you know, as they say, like, with when people lose a family member or a friend, you just learn to get over it. No, you don't get over it, you learn to cope with it. And that's exactly how I feel, because I don't cry about it. I just feel like fuck, like that's like it's a shit situation, isn't it? And I can't do anything about it. And I feel like, yeah, maybe that's made me less confident. Maybe it has. Like, I feel like I was a bit shy as a kid before. Like, as I said, she passed when I was 10. So like it was early. I remember when my dad told me, like, on my life, I didn't even cry, and I don't even know why, because when I got home, I saw my mum crying. I was crying, and then I think I probably cried a few times after that. I didn't cry that much. I don't even know why. I'm just rambling now. That's not even part of my insecurities thing. But yeah, all right. I just removed the storage off my phone. It literally popped up. I couldn't record anymore. But anyway, what I was saying is that I do miss that feminine energy, and I do struggle to cope with it. Like from the last, how long is it? Like 8 years. I've struggled a lot because I want someone to talk to, but no one will hit the same as my sister, no matter what, because she was a unique person, obviously, like everyone is. So yeah, okay, look, that's my first insecurity, and I think that might be the reason why I have that. I think it is, but I can't think of anything else. I think the fact that I was quite shy as a kid naturally didn't help that. Like when you're, like I probably just by chance, by natural selection, I was just a bit awkward as a kid, right? You can't really control how you are as a kid, it's just impulse. So naturally, growing up, I just continued like that. I didn't go out much, like when I was in like year 9, or like, you know, around that age, like 10 to 15, I was just playing games all day, video games, and I wasn't going outside. So typical stuff, right? So I guess that's why I'm socially awkward now, but I don't understand now why I still am, because I know, like, and I respect to people who've pulled, but like I've seen people who are not great looking, like, you know, definitively they are not great looking, like they don't go to the gym, they're quite chubby, like, yeah, but they've got charisma about them. They've got a charisma that everyone just loves, like, you know, when you go out and like everyone just like loves this guy. And it kind of also has me feeling like, damn, because I am jealous of that. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, why am I even going to lie? I'm going to be real with you in this video. I'm jealous of that because I want to be like that. That's who I want to be. But it's just so hard. It's so fucking hard because I know people say, "I'll just go out more," and you just got to put yourself in the uncomfortable situations. I know, and I've done that more and more over the last 4 years. But something still just doesn't click in me. I think it's my self-worth, because I feel like I don't view myself in a good way. Some days I feel like I just hate myself, genuinely. I'll keep it real. And if anyone, you know, that knows me is watching this, yeah. I think sometimes I hate myself. Sometimes I love myself. I think it's just the day I wake up on. Sometimes I feel like I'm bipolar, but I'm not. I know I'm not, because I've met people that are. But anyway, yeah, I struggle with just talking to people, going out more. Like I don't even go out much. I'll be real. Like right now, I just go work on the weekends, go to the gym, and then maybe I'll go for a walk. Like that's like, yeah. Look, it sounds like a sad life. I'm on a gap here at the moment, so I'm not just a complete bum. Like this is, you know, I'm doing content and trading, like that's been going for me, which is good, and that's actually mentally probably just kept me sane over this last year or whatever. And ever since school ended, like I've just not been. I feel like life just hasn't hit the same, which sounds deep, and I don't even, you know what it is. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting myself a lot. I think school was so good, and people never really agree with that, but like that was the only thing that kept me sane. Like just having a routine every single day. You didn't like have much time to just sit at home and think for yourself, and I think the reason why I've done that, I've thought a lot, and because of that, now when I go out more, I'm just overthinking everything. Like even at work, I feel like I was so confident when I joined in August, and now like I'm just like when I meet people, or like when I know people, I've known people since like August, and sometimes I can barely talk to them, which just ends up me just like trying to stay just by myself, you know, which sucks a lot. And like again, that's just it's a strong cycle. Like imagine a strong current, right? It's going round and round. That's like how it feels. I'm just getting fucking whacked into that wall, whacked into a car like a tsunami. That's how it feels. Because if I try talk, then I feel awkward, then I just go home, overthink it, feel shit about myself, then I go the next day and I don't talk until I finally have the guts to just do it again, and then it might be good. But then, it's a cycle, and I feel like the way I've grown, it just hasn't really actually improved because of how I think about myself, like really, really deeply. By the way, this isn't just surface level stuff. I feel like it's like a subconscious thing. Like I don't take myself seriously. Like how people like they talk about themselves and like they're not really smiling. I know this is that's a really niche thing to say, by the way, but like I'm always like not taking myself seriously. Like, that's like a main sign of self-worth. Like you don't really have much self-worth. And I thought I did because I take myself seriously when I'm by myself. But that's only because I'm by myself. And I'm by myself a lot. So I think I am. But then when I'm out in public, I don't really take myself seriously because I still think of myself like I'm kind of just worthless. Maybe not that deep. Like some days I do. But it feels like, I am really lonely a lot of the time. Fucks in my head. I guess that's another insecurity. Is that an insecurity? I don't know. But yeah, that fucks in my head a lot. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about for that insecurity. Which actually leads on to my next one about the whole reason why my love life has been really dry. And this is probably the biggest. Is it an insecurity? I guess it is, because it's like I'm insecure about the fact that no one seems to love me. Okay, yeah, simply put, not gonna be around the bush. Yeah, that's just how it is. And it sucks. Again, like I think about it a lot because this has been my whole life. Like I've had one girlfriend, but it wasn't serious. She would probably even agree with that. It wasn't great. And it was quite short. It wasn't long term. So that, yeah, I had an experience there which told me a lot about myself. But and I respect her a lot as well. Like she was actually a good person, but we just weren't I can't speak again. Meant for each other. The social skills coming in again. Fucking hell. Yeah, we weren't meant for each other. And I've had like I guess kind of talking stages on and off, but like first of all, I've never really found much. What's the word? I'm not really that attracted to like a lot of girls. I feel like I have a really niche type of girls that I like, and that's personality wise. Like, I like a lot of girls like with their looks, but like genuinely brown, black, white, Hispanic, like fucking Asian, like anyone, genuinely anyone. And maybe that's just because I'm lonely and I don't really have a type because of that. Because I just take whatever I can get. But I would, I would take what I can get, because like that's just what I want. I just want a relationship where, in a non like that I'm a man, yeah, okay, but I want a relationship where I can just feel loved, like no matter what I can do, because I feel like I never really act true to myself unless I'm at home with my brother. Like, I feel like, and even then I'm not super true to myself, bro. Like it really makes me think. Even talking about it makes me think, because this is the first time I'm actually like talking to someone, and I am speaking to someone. I'm speaking to a camera, but I know there's someone behind the screen watching this. If you made up to this part, maybe it's just me by now. Yeah, it gets tough, and again, I think it's the same reasons as to why, like, I think loneliness and like being shy and the death of my sister when I was younger really is the main reason for this. But I think not having a partner and never been able to find a partner when everyone else kind of has, that hurts more, because like I've seen, it's not even just seeing your mates get a partner, you've seen them break up then get another partner, like it's just easy, just like that. Like my mate, I won't say his name, he got broken up with in a 2-year long relationship, nearly 3 years. So it was, it was a serious relationship. And like, they broke up. I think like a couple weeks later, he just randomly found, I think it's from work or something, he found another girl. And like, to be fair, in all fairness, I don't think they're talking now, but like they were really close for that period. And it just got me thinking, like, bro, what am I missing? Like, I think about this a lot, and I guess this is my insecurity. I feel like I am missing something and there's something in my personality that people don't like. I'm just too oblivious to spot it. I can't see why there's any other reason. I'm trying to make sense of it, and I've trying to always been make sense of it for the past like however long, like 10 years, maybe not 10 years, but like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. But I've never been able to put my finger on it. And like, I guess there is nothing wrong with you because that's just how you are. But like, I guess it's just unfortunate the cards that were dealt to you. I guess because like, I'm trying to work with what I got. Yes, I am a bit antisocial, introverted, and a whole load of other things. But that's the main thing I think. And I feel like by natural selection, I've just been dealt that when I was younger, and now I'm trying to work on it, but it's hard. But yeah, yeah. I can't even remember what I'm thinking. What I was gonna say. But bro, it's fucking tough, and I bet a lot of you can relate to it. And I want to make this video also so then you guys can feel like you have a voice, okay? Because like I've never wanted to talk about this, and like I've never felt confident to talk about this until now. I feel confident talking on camera, genuinely, because like I feel like it's a non-judgment zone, and this channel as well. I feel like it's a non-judgment zone. I like to just talk about personal things. I don't want this video to be super long. I think it is quite long, probably like 20 minutes by now or something. Maybe I'm off, I don't know. And I appreciate you for getting this far. I think that's all I wanted to say. I just hope that from now on I can, you know, keep getting better, and hopefully one day, you know, when I'm like 30, I don't want to just be really awkward. I really don't. That's a big fear of mine. Because like, you know, when you view an adult in a different way to a child, obviously, and even a young adult, you view them very differently. When you talk to a person who's like 35, you know, like, let me picture it, right? Bald man, quite skinny, white, you know, just your average Joe, and like they're really awkward. Like, you expect adults to like take initiative, especially if you're quite awkward as well, and like, you kind of think like you really think like, this is weird, like they're a weird person, because most adults aren't like that. You get what I mean? So a fear of mine is that I just don't want to be like that. I really don't, because I feel like I'll just not like myself more, basically. Yeah, yeah. And another fear, what if by the time I'm 30 I still haven't found someone? Because like, if I haven't found someone in 8 years, like, what's gonna change in the next 8 years? And like, what am I doing differently? Because like, since I started going gym, I feel like I'm not doing anything differently. If anything, I've fallen off the gas. Fallen off the gas? Put my foot off the gas. I feel like I was doing a lot more stuff when I was younger. And now, since I'm out of school as well, like, there's a huge social side gone, just evaporated out of thin air, just one day, which is fucked, by the way. How you can that's just your last day at school, and that's it forever. I could go uni, like I got into Kent uni. I don't know if I should even say that publicly, but fuck it. I probably won't go because I did business and I don't even really want to do that. It was just a course I didn't want to do. Yeah, like that would be a good social side, and I do want to go to uni for that, but like, what, 30 grand just for uni? No, just for the social side of things. Like, come on, bro. And then what if you don't even find someone? You just wasted 30 grand and your whole point was to find someone. So yeah, I don't think that's really a good idea. I feel like the only thing I can do from now is just keep doing me, try and be as confident as I can, try to be. But I don't know how that's gonna fare out, because ever since I've got out of school and just been at home by myself more, you know, I overthink a lot. And it's fucking hard. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to say. I just hope, you know, things will just work out just by me trying to be better. Even though right now it seems really pointless, hopefully it won't be pointless in the end, and then I can share that story that, you know, it might seem like nothing's changing, and then eventually it does, and then, you know, I can share that with people who are also losing hope, just like me right now. So yeah, I think that's a good time to finish the video off. Genuinely, if you've made it this far, thank you so much, because if you look at my channel, I don't get a huge amount of views, or likes or comments or anything. So like, anything is appreciated. Even if you don't like the video, just watching it, genuinely thank you, because I just think my views are bots. I can't lie. Like, I do, but I don't. You get what I mean? Because when it's 20 views, like, not many people click on a video of 20 views. But I guess that's why it's got 20 views. True. Okay. But anyway, I'll end it off here. It's been a long video. I hope this has been purposeful to you, or just interesting. If you've got any tips about how I talk, or like just anything about what I've shared, go ahead below. Even if it's brutal, just go ahead. I'll take it. Yeah, thank you for watching. See you later.